Hey guys, LadyLibertyStacker. I am back for another video. Today is Tuesday, January the 9th, 2018. And wanted to talk with you about some things I've been thinking about over the last few days and some of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing. But first and foremost, I wanted to show 4 different items or categories of items here and wanted to know if you guys know what they have in common. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about the items, and you guys can kind of think as you're watching this as to what they might be. We first have a book from the 80s, originally from the 80s, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey. It's a business classic, motivational book. As you can see here, it's new, old but new, hardly been used, but there's that book. Then we have, now this guy represents another one. He's supposed to represent a Furby. Had a Furby, but we'll go ahead and he's going to be the stand-in. So we have a little plush animal, and he's right here. He's all bagged up to keep him nice and safe, or, you know, from dust and that kind of stuff. It was one my son had. Then I have a camera, which I actually use quite a bit to make videos, and I use this for zooming in on shots from a distance, and I took this one to the Masters tournament in 2016. It allowed me to get some incredible shots of some of the golfers, so that still works great. Probably should get a new one, but right now it serves the purpose. And then we have some 2017 Proof and BU Libertad. Beautiful shiny coins, and I included them just so you guys could get your silver fix in this non-traditional video that I'm making. So if you guys probably are thinking, well, the first thing all of these objects have in common are the fact that they are physical. You can pick them up, you can touch them, you can look at them, and you can use them for their intended purpose. I use this all the time, this camera. And this one could be played with. I don't play with them, but he could be played with by a small child if you wanted to. And these guys can be picked up and admired, and for their beauty. They hold wealth. Hopefully maintain your wealth. And yeah, so they're all physical, and they all have their intended uses. The other thing that you probably haven't thought of, so they're physical, they can be used, but how were they purchased? What they all have in common, this is the stand-in for the item, is they are purchased online. That's what they have in common. You have this one, I bought it at Amazon in the late 90s after I got my first PC. Got my first PC in 1997 and discovered the joys of convenient online shopping. So Amazon, I bought a ton of things from Amazon. Only had 1 order last year. I had maybe 10 orders in 1999. But if you go to Amazon, if you've ever bought anything from them, they actually keep a record of every order that you've ever made, all the way back to 1999. So I try to at least order something from them every year to keep that archive active, you know, interesting. But they never used to charge tax. And for a while, they upped their shipping requirement for free shipping, I think, to $35. It's back down to $25 because people didn't like it. But anyway, that was bought at Amazon. This was bought, I don't know where. It actually represents a Furby talking pet plush from the mid to late 90s. And my son wanted one for Christmas, and I just had to have one. So they were selling retail. They were selling for what, $27.99, and I went on, I couldn't find it, and I did the Black Friday thing, and they were sold out by the time I got to the store. I waited in line at 5 a.m. That's just craziness, pure craziness. And anyway, he was sold out, and I went online, and I got him for $105, and they were going for a lot higher than that. Well, he played with it a few times, and then that's it. So that's what we know today as retail arbitrage. Resellers buying things cheap from big box stores and selling them for multiple times what they go for because of supply and demand. That is capitalism, right or wrong, it's done all the time. Of course, there's a risk involved with that too, but that's a whole nother subject. Then you have this camera. I bought it probably in 2008. I still use it all the time. And it's got the memory card in there. It makes shooting videos real easy that have multiple parts. And I still use it. Probably need to eventually replace it with an updated model, but it serves the purpose. And then these were purchased on eBay. That was 2008. That was 2017, roughly. So you have a span of roughly 20 years in there of eBay purchases. And here, a lot of us buy on eBay because there isn't a premium to pay with a credit card. In fact, you usually get 2% or so cash back, where online bullion dealers charge you 4% premium to use a credit card. So with your cash back, that's a 2% premium. Here, it's the same price, pay with a credit card, get your 2% cash back. It's the best deal all day long when there is a deal. So anyway, that's what's in common with these guys. And that's one reason why I've decided to do the thing e-commerce, and I can do it from the comfort of my own home when I'm not outsourcing stuff. There was a report I was reading recently, and I just wanted to know the future trends of this. They have the two most recent years, I think last year and the year before, where they had a breakdown between online and retail stores. The year before, it was a 50-50 split. The most recent figure I saw in this article was 42% retail, 51% online. So as long as there's an electric grid, e-commerce is here to stay, and it's only going to grow. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you guys. And now I'm going to show you what I picked up at when I was out thrifting yesterday. I will be right back. Okay, guys, I am back. You're looking at two golf shirts, and I really have to check this stuff very carefully. I went to Savers first. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Savers, but their pricing is up there. And I would only go and get anything there on a Monday when they have 50% off. The golf shirts here were not purchased at Savers. They had nothing that was a good deal, and I'll explain that in a minute. But on one of my other stops I made, I stopped at Salvation Army, and believe it or not, they had a lot of good stuff there. This was a golf shirt, size large. It's a Greg Norman, and it doesn't have tags on it, but it's obvious it's never been worn. Brand new. Just hangs. It's a really nice, quick dry fabric. 100% polyester. Oops. There we go. 100% polyester, made in Vietnam. I like the fact it's not made in China. And it's got this little shark here, which is indicative of his brand. I don't particularly like him, but this does really well online, and I thought it was a great golf shirt, and if it doesn't sell, my hubby can wear it. There you go. Very nice, and this one is a little unusual. It's very big. You can see that it's larger. That's a large, and this is a 2XL right there. These big ones do really well, but what makes this nice, it was used in excellent shape. It was really wrinkly, so all I did was spray some Febreze on it. Voila, good as new. And it's got this really cool icon or logo, whatever, I don't know what you want to call him, the Chef Boyardee guy with the golf club. I thought he was cool. Never seen anything like that, so I'm sure that for the right buyer, they're going to be willing to pay for that shirt. So anyway, I paid, I think, $3 for that one and $4 for that one. And that, you can't beat it. I mean, that's a great price for a thrift store. A lot of times they charge $5 and $6 and sometimes higher for this stuff. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So the art prints here were purchased at Savers. That's the only thing they had that was of any interest. Everything else was just junky, and I like music boxes and snow globes, and they didn't work, and there weren't very many of them there. So I caught this on the way out and got all this stuff for 50% off. This is a rendition of Jesus from 1941. It is a vintage piece. You can tell here by the labeling on it. And, you know, it was $2.99, but I got 50% off of that, so $1.50. And I remember seeing these in homes of my friends growing up that were Catholic. They always had a crucifix in one of these in their home. They sell for, what, 20 to 30 online. It's an average, it's an acceptable condition. It's not great, but it's okay. So I'll probably price it at the lower end of the range. You know, we'll see. And then this guy is it's hard to pick him up. He is by an artist. Let me see if I can read that. R.F. Harnett. And there are other works from him online, and this one is a particularly nice one, in great shape. There is a scuff up there, which I'll put in the listing. Yeah, I mean, these things aren't going to be perfect. Hardly anything is. But he's beautiful. He kind of looks like a wild version of my cat. And I took the price tag off of that because I'm going to keep them for sure. I think I paid $2 for them. With savers, you can bring things back within 7 days, which I like, even clothing, because sometimes you'll see defects when you're processing items and such. This one has a little splotchiness on it. I don't know if that's part of the print or not, or the process. So I left the price tag on. I'm still thinking about that one. Then this one is another rendition of Jesus called the Prince of Peace. This particular piece was commissioned in February 1st, 2016, and it is sold out. This particular piece originally sold for $50, out of stock. There's a larger version that sold for $105. It kind of sounds like the Trump coins that some of us got, but you can't find this at all online anywhere. Not this particular one. This is a wood frame, beautiful frame. It's wood, it looks like leather. It's got a nice beading around it. It's double matted. It's all ready to hang. There is the identifier. It was made in the USA, and there is a made in the USA right there on the hook. Gorgeous, gorgeous piece. I love it. And it's going to be hard to sell that one because, and this one is going to go for, I don't know, I can pretty much name my price because there's nothing else like it. Like this piece online. That's kind of like coins. When they're sold out and you've got one of a kind, you can pretty much put whatever price you want. Obviously, if you want to move it, you're going to price it lower. And then, but anyway, that one is a real money maker. I paid $3.99 for it. So, yeah, that's profitable all day long. And then I got a game of the year from 2007, brand new, in the box, sealed. And those always do well on eBay or Amazon. It's called Pentago. I've never heard of it before, but I thought, cool, I got it. Then we have an adult coloring book, completely new, unused. It's amazing what people donate. And this was Salvation Army. All this stuff you're looking at here is Salvation Army, except for the Savers artwork. And this one is not used at all. Totally in great shape. And then got some golf caps. They were on sale. I paid like $1, or I think I paid $1.50 for that one, and $1.50 for that one. These are really cool. No damage on them. I have to be really careful. That NASCAR Dodge cap I showed you guys was missing the button on top, and there's a little spike on there, and I had to lower the price because of that. I didn't even see that in the thrift store. Took the tag off, couldn't take it back. Such is life. So now I always look to see if they have all of their pieces and parts. But this one is not a particular logo, just a logo of the brand, outdoor cap. It's great for people that want to do baseball and, you know, sports outside. It's got the new with tags on there still. And it's got a good wicking to it. It's going to keep the head cool. And probably would go for, I don't know, like $20, $25. I'll have to do some research on that. This one here is really cool. It's pre-owned, in great shape. And it's by Lucent. One size fits all, made in China. It's not that old. If it says made in USA, you know it's older. If it's made in China, it's a little bit newer. But yeah, it's a really nice little cap. Somebody that went to Little Italy in New York that didn't get their cap or lost their cap or loves that area, they're going to want to buy this. It might sit for a while, but it's easy to store. And then here, this was the coolest thing. I've got this is Washington, D.C. It's embroidered, and it's raised. It is really, really cool. And the first thing I thought of was a 9th grade girl that's going to go to Washington, D.C. in the spring. And they're going to want to have this. What? Look at that, like a pink plaid. I've never seen anything quite like it before. And it is made by, what is the brand? I don't know. But it is like new, in excellent shape. So I'm sure that will fetch a few bucks. I don't know, 15 bucks, whatever. And so there we go. And then the score, I think, of the day was I went to the book section in Salvation Army. Salvation Army, as you guys know, is a Christian thrifting store. They're not open on Sunday. But I found a Bible. This, oops, got it upside down. This is a study Bible. And that's what it's called, Spirit of the Reformation. And it's an NIV, New International Version, by Zondervan. And this one these are just fantastic. This has hardly been used. It's got a little highlighting in it in places, and some of the pages are bent up at the corners, but that's, I'll just mention that, when I list it. I've already got ones like this that I own. I bought one like this in the 90s, and I paid, this is gold. It's been used, but it's been well cared for. And I have no idea why they would donate this. But you can see all the pages are intact. It had some stuff on the cover. I did put some leather conditioner on the cover. It had like paint or something. I don't know what it was. And the back cover has top grain leather. These sell for brand new, $239. Used, $50 and up. I paid $125 for mine back in the, I think it was the 90s, late 90s. And they're expensive. And, they have a price on books. Paperback is, I think, 99 cents, and hardback was $1.99. And generally speaking, I don't really sell books, but I think Bibles do well. And something like this, you're going to have one person that wants to buy it a little, like this, a learning Bible, but they want to get a deal on it. Brand new, they're very, very, very expensive. So this will save somebody a lot of money, and it's going to be useful for the intended purpose. But anyway, when I was checking out, I said, yeah, this is probably a hardback for $1.99. She goes, no, it's soft cover. She charged me 99 cents for that. You can't beat it. This one is probably the most profitable find all day, and I'm real happy with that. That's a score. So anyway, guys, this is getting kind of long, but I just wanted to show you what kind of good stuff is out there. A lot of good stuff to be found. And now I've just got to get it all listed. It takes a while because I have all different kinds of items, and I have to make new templates and that kind of stuff. It takes a while. I mean, I could spend a day or two doing all this stuff. I think it'll go faster once I get more practice at it, but practice, practice, practice. That's why I'm not watching as much of your videos. I'm sorry. I'll try to get caught up and catch a few here and there. But anyway, if you like this video, please give me a thumb up. Please leave a comment or question below. And thanks for watching. And for you silver junkies out there, go make it a great day.